Rev Kash.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We give
Welcome back. Welcome back. Man, it's been a long time.
It's been a
what
while.
happened?
Life goes on. Sometimes you gotta happen there for a little bit. Get the mind right. We give thanks, though.
What happened to this little storm, man?
Man, it was an experience. Truth is an experience, and I love those experiences, right? So, the storm is aftermath was crazy. It's icy outside, so you know what I mean. The driveway is icy, but it's all good. We made paths. We moved from the house, walking around. So we give thanks.
But I had a question, right?
Yes, sir.
The sun was up.
The sun was up. Yes, sir.
But it's still not able to melt.
It's not
the
gonna
ice.
melt. It's not gonna melt. It's natural rhythm. You look like Antarctica, right? It's sunny in Antarctica, right? But it does not melt the icy walls of Antarctica, right? That's the natural rhythm. The snow came for a purpose, and it's here to serve its purpose. But as time goes on, the sun's gonna melt everything, and it's gonna go away.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good. So the last time you were here, we were talking about the human relationship with sun
Yes, sir.
and light.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so I want to know, why is the sun so important to the human body?
I love this question, Capo. If you look at the sun, right, that's the source of life. And it's quoted in the Bible, the light of the world, that's the sun. They call it Jesus. The sun does a lot from the body than we think. Well, we probably don't know. A lot of people do not know. We heard about vitamin D, we heard about the hormones and things like that, right? But the sun has different spectrums, right? It has the red, the UVB light, right? It has the green light. It has a lot of spectrums that does a lot for the body. First of all, the vitamin D, very essential for hormones. It builds your bones, right? It regulates your hormones. It helps you sleep, right? The sun does more than we think. And the most importantly, as I said, the sun is a source of life. Without the sun, there's no us. When the sun hits the plants, right? We heard about photosynthesis, right? When the sun hits the plants, right? Chlorophyll, right? Excuse my French, I'm not English, man. I'm an African man. So it releases H2O molecules, right? That produce the end product becomes oxygen. So oxygen is what we breathe in, right? When the sun hits the ocean, right? The ocean makes 50% of the oxygen we breathe. So it does not make the ocean freeze, right? So the sun is doing more than we think. It gives us oxygen to breathe. It helps our body stay in tune with the circadian rhythm, right? It regulates our hormones, helps us sleep, right? And it builds the body. The sun has unconditional love. It shines for everybody. It does not matter how rich you are, how poor you are. Everybody gets the sunlight, and the benefits is for everybody. So, if you ask me, the sun is the source of life. It's essentially why we are alive. There's no sun, there's no humans, right? There's no food. Because guess what? The animal that we eat degrades on, the grass. How does the grass able to, be food and things like that? Comes from the sun, right? The sun gives us oxygen. The sun does everything for us. So the sun is the source of life. Without the sun, there's none of us.
Okay. Amazing analysis, man. And so I just want to know, based on everything you said, okay, what benefits or what happens when we don't get enough sunlight?
Oh man, people that don't get enough sunlight, they don't know God, period. Listen, to know God is to give yourself to the sun. You wake up in the morning, first of all, let's talk about, the circadian rhythm of the sun, right? When you get up in the morning and you get sunlight into your eyes, it tells your body's time is out to wake up. Most important thing, regulates your hormones, right? It gives your sun, that clock, the internal clock of your body, which is the circadian rhythm. It tells you time's up. So now your cortisol's up, good cortisol's up. Now you're up about, working and doing things. At night, it tells your body, when the sun sets, it tells your body it's time to go to sleep, right? So when you're in tune with nature, when you're in tune with the sun regulates your body, right? It gives you the hormones for you to function properly. Without your hormones being balanced, it causes a lot of problems in your body. Type 2 diabetes, lack of vitamin D, which is causing the liver to not function properly. But when you get enough sunlight, your body works like a god, and you know God, and you become God yourself.
Wow. Okay. Now, we had a new discovery, okay, that people were asking me about, and that's blue light. You know, right? I was like, blue light, it's something like, like when you have blue light, purple, pink, and all that in your room, you are able to get women, female, into your house. I'm talking about the African culture. You know what I mean? What's the benefits? Disadvantages, advantages having blue light.
So blue light is technically artificial lights. We have blue lights that comes from the sun. The natural blue light, and it has a benefit for the body. But artificial blue light has no benefit. It disrupts the body's, natural ways. If you talk about putting lights in your room, you go to people's room, they have purple lights, red lights. The only benefit of lights in your room is the red light. If you have blue lights in your room, like the regular lights we have, right? During the daytime, right, it tells your brain it's the daytime. So your brain is up, right? You might think there's some benefits to it, but it's artificial light. At nighttime, it's telling your brain. It tells your brain it's the daytime. Alright, let me tell you for that. So, the only benefits you have. I'm crazy. An episode personal.
No, go ahead. Come on, man. God, you.
Let me be 12 years for you, but you should question me, bro, because I said, be very feet. You should question me.
Alright. So, one thing I'm very adamant about is in Africa, right?
Yes, sir.
Especially where we came from in Ghana. We have a lot of people exploring with blue light. And so, my question to you is, what's the secret behind that?
So, looking at the color blue, right? There's some lights that has come with the color blue, right? But I'm talking about blue lights that comes from the lights that we have at homes, right? Those blue lights disrupts your internal clock, which is circadian rhythm, right? It tells your brain it's daytime, right? So let's say I woke up in the morning, turn on the light. That light tells my brain is up, right? Let's say I wake up at 3 a.m. to go pee, right? And I turn on the light. That light tells my brain it's morning time. So when I try to go back to sleep, my brain, I could be sleeping, but my brain will still be up because that signal my brain that it's daytime. So there's no benefits with blue lights, right? And during the nighttime, before you go to sleep, when you have blue lights signals your body, your brain that it's daytime. So you can't ever go to sleep. It stops your melatonin, right? So having blue lights at home disrupts your body's internal clock, right? The only benefits of light you might have in your home during the nighttime will be the red light, right? Because red light helps you sleep better, right? It gives you the mood of, it helps your melatonin, right, settle and makes you sleep better. Apart from red lights, any lights, purple light, blue lights, are all fallacy. You don't need it at home. But this day and age, people have lights at home. You can't work around it, right? You need lights at home, but learn how to use the lights properly, right? During the daytime, make sure you get sunlight before you turn on all the lights in your house. And before you go to sleep, make sure you dim those light, turn off those light, give yourself about 2 hours so you can have a proper sleep. So having lights at home, right, it has its benefits. You know, it makes your house look beautiful. You want people to know that you have all this shiny lights in your house. Or however, your human body is part of the universe, right? So if you disrupt it with artificial light, it hurts the temple.
Oh, wow. Okay. Interesting.
Yes,
Rev Kash.
yes, sir.
Man, this was deep. So let me ask you this real quick. So what's the reason why, or why do people, okay, sleep 8 hours, wake up, and still feel tired? Is it because of the light?
Definitely, absolutely. Listen, I don't know if you heard about REM sleep, right? Rapid eye movement. So when we go to sleep and we fall deep in sleep, your eyes are rapidly moving, right? It paralyzes your body, but your brain is working. That's how you dream and things like that. To get into that stage, you need your melatonin to kick in effectively. So let's say, you know, I love TikTok. You know what I mean? It's about 9 p.m. I'm on TikTok scrolling. Oh, another TikTok. Oh shit, let me go to Instagram. Another reel. By the time I realize about 11 p.m., oh man, I gotta go to sleep. During that 2-hour period, you distract your melatonin. Your melatonin is the hormone that tells you it's time to go to sleep. The blue lights from the phone is telling you it's daytime, so your body's not ready to go to sleep. So you probably end up going to sleep, force yourself to go to sleep, and you think, oh, you know, I woke up at 7 a.m., I had 8 hours of sleep, but you're so tired. Why? You didn't get to the REM sleep, right? Your melatonin came in late, so at the time you're able to fall asleep, right, you probably have like 2 hours of solid good sleep. So you wake up tired. And during the time that you're sleeping, right, listen, when you understand the human body, you're going to understand there's a God somewhere. I'm not saying the God in the Bible, you know my ideology, right? But there's a God somewhere, right? Because when you sleep at night, this is when your liver detox. If you scrolling on your phone, melatonin is not kicking, right? I talked about the hormones being distracted, right? Melatonin is your hormone. Your liver is not going to detox because your brain is up thinking it's daytime. Your body's not resting. And if you're not resting, your liver is not detoxing. So you see people, you know, they probably don't drink alcohol. You know, they probably don't, you know, engage in, sedentary lifestyle, any vices.
Right.
But they have problem with their liver or kidneys and things like that. Because during this phase of time for them to sleep, they're not sleeping. Watching TV, they probably have the TV on while sleeping. You ever have people say, hey, I cannot sleep without the TV. I need the TV on before I go to sleep. You heard people saying that before, right?
Right.
So the TV's on during the whole night, the TV's on. Your subconsciously is listening to what the TV is saying. You're not sleeping, my guy. You have to go to sleep. Shut everything down by 9 p.m. Dim lights, everything dim. Put yourself in a position to sleep. Close your eyes, meditate, fall asleep. And during that space, you can do soul traveling, right? You can connect yourself with your higher self, right? I don't know if you have to just feel, right? When you go to sleep, your higher self look at you.
Oh, tell us.
Your higher self, is looking at you whilst you're sleeping. That's how you dream. You have dreams and beautiful dreams, and you're going to different places, and you're having dinner with so and so. It's beautiful because you are well rested. Your brain is creating all this, vision in your mind. So if you don't get the REM sleep, if you don't sleep properly, your melatonin is not coming early by scrolling on your phone, you're going to wake up tired. Your hormones will be imbalanced, first of all. That's the cause of all disease. You're going to be inflamed because you didn't get time for your liver to detox your body. So the toxins are still in your body. And you woke up tired. And guess what? I need coffee. But coffee does not make you tired. It just blocks the hormone that signal your body is tired, right? So, there's a lot of nuances, but yes, if you don't get proper sleep, you're going to wake up tired, even if you sleep 8 hours, because it's not about how long you sleep. It's about the quality of sleep.
Okay. Interesting. What's the proper way to sleep in terms of hours?
Quality over quantity, boss. You know, I know people that sleep for like 4 hours, but it's a quality sleep, right? They shut down, you know, and they go to sleep. And I know people that sleep for 8 hours and wake up and still tired. Because well, guess what? Imbalanced hormones, poor eating, poor sleeping habits, exposure to blue light, right? So your goal is to get quality sleep, not quantity of sleep. I mean, quantity of sleep is beautiful as well. You know, you can sleep for 8 hours, but if your sleep is not quality, that's a problem. So I can't pinpoint like you need 8 hours to sleep and 9 hours to sleep, right? Was it quality sleep? Did you get the REM sleep? Were you well rested? Wake up with energy. Like I woke up this morning at 6 a.m. I was in the gym. Boom, boom, get in it. I'm lifting weight. Boom, boom, boom. No coffee, nothing. Why? Because I went to sleep at 9 p.m. last night. During the space of 9 to 10, my phone is somewhere. I'm listening to motivational speeches, meditating, calm myself, want to sleep. By 5:30, I'm up already. 6, I'm in the gym. Let's get money. Right? So quality over quantity, right? Just understand the body itself is a hormonal being. It's a hormonal system. If you don't understand the hormones of the body, that's when we get diseases and things like that. So yeah, quality over quantity. If not, you're gonna wake up tired.
Okay. Rev Kash.
Give thanks, couple.
And so, what's the approach for us to be able to follow that lightening? Okay.
The light.
The light.
The light. I love the light. I love the light. So
I know. Yeah. Go ahead.
I mean, the approach is simple, but not that simple. Because, you know, humans have, I won't even say evolved, but, you know, we follow a lot of trends that is, we think we follow a lot of trends that does not align with the human body, but go distract the human body. Connecting with the light is number one. First of all, you have to get in tune with your circadian rhythm.
But how did it connect? How can one connect to the light, though?
First of all, you got to get connected. You got to understand your circadian rhythm. When sun rises, you got to get under the sun. The first 10 minutes of waking up, go under the sun. The sun tells your brain it's time to wake up. Right? The infrared light that's coming from the sun, right? The UVB light, right? The blue lights, the red lights, the green lights is going to tell your body to make vitamin D, your hormones. It's going to regulate your hormones, right? You're going to, when you in tune your circadian rhythm, you have a time to eat because your circadian rhythm is your 24-hour internal clock. There's time to eat, right? And when the sun sets, you settle down. Right now, you know, you think about preparing yourself to go to sleep.
Okay.
You look at our ancestors, right? I'm not even gonna go too far. Let's say in the 80s, right, when we was in Ghana, majority of the time it's light off.
Right.
There's candles, we have the candles or bonfire. We sit around, talk with Konasi stories. And we go to sleep. You know, we prepare ourselves for sleep. And we sleep through what? I don't remember in Ghana I had a bad sleep ever in Ghana.
Yeah. TV
right?
came.
You know what I mean? So because we never think about too much. First of all, our cortisol level was very low, right? We never had a lot of stress. But we all kids, right? However, you know.
But when TV came, Solar Popular,
TV came.
Telenovela.
Yeah.
We started having emotions.
And then one thing too, we all had TV, but how many times did we even watch TV in Ghana growing up?
Probably like Sundays.
You know what I'm saying? After school, you watch some small cartoons and, you go outside to play.
That be people watch a lot of, TV and all that.
You already know, I'm the richest guy ever, bro.
Yeah. But me, I never watched TV, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but let's say, but we didn't spend time watching TV on the iPad, on the tablets, and things like that.
Right.
We spent a lot of time outside, outdoors. A lot of schools in Ghana. Ultimasi, Chichikule, State. You know what I mean? Four Corners. Bro, it was a beautiful life. But then people look at our lifestyle when we grew up and like, man, we were poor. Bro, it was a beautiful lifestyle. We spent a lot of time outside. This day and age, 95% of Americans spending most of the time indoors. Glued to their phones, TV, blue lights everywhere. Right? But then we were connected more to the source. Ultimasi, so it's like, it was a beautiful lifestyle. This day and age, to connect back is get to your circadian rhythm.
So you're saying, so back then in Ghana,
yes,
we were connected.
Yes, absolutely.
To the source.
Absolutely. Not these days though. Not these days. I'm talking about our time.
Our time. No, I'm saying our time.
Yeah. The early 2000s, the late
when we used to play Chichikule, when we used to watch Chichikule,
Mamedokono by the fireside. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It was amazing, right?
It was amazing. But then people wanted the sedentary lifestyle. They look at the TV, you see 50 Cent and Jay-Z. We want to be like Jay-Z and 50 Cent. You do something like playing Stay. Like, man, that's incredible. You know what I'm saying? As time goes on, we evolve thinking, the illusion is more of a lifestyle we want than being in tune with nature. But when we were kids, we were in tune with nature. We love nature.
Yeah, I remember back in our style, we had one game called Gata Gata. So you have one opponent against you on the other end of the Gata. The Gata. I mean, America Brofo. Gata.
Gota.
Gota. You know what I mean? And then the ball needs to net within the gutter. And when it nets in the gutter, you have to pick it up.
Pick it up. You might be dirty too.
So yeah. But then it was a game that was training us to be more strategic, understanding, and also be more of organizing.
Yes.
In our life.
Yes. Let me add some nuance to that too. The gutter might be dirty, but then the bacteria that we got from that, it builds our immune system as well. These days, kids don't even play outside. You know what I mean? Somebody give birth to their child. I don't want my child to be dirty. No. Bro, we used to eat dirt. All this built the immune system. So a lot of time people say, oh, our forefathers, our ancestors did this. Why are we getting sick from doing the same thing? But we're too exposed to this luxury thing, this fake illusion. What's to myself? So it was, we were in tune that time, right? Essentially.
All right. Rev Kash.
We give thanks, couple.
So I'm looking at this, right?
Yes, sir.
With a light outside. I see you walking outside. I see you enjoying it outside. Well, can you tell us, in your experience, what have you gained from that?
Bro, I tell my story all the time, bro. Back pain, all that. I want to understand how the universe works, right? So that drove me into understanding sunlight, understanding grounding. Listen, this universe, the least of our problem is food, diets, supplements. That's the least of our problems. But people that want to make money tell us, focus on your diet, your supplements. You need the supplement, blah, blah, blah. The hierarchy is light, magnetism, oxygen, water, then food comes next. When you get under the light, when you give yourself to the Father and the Mother, everything that you want, you get it. You understand what I'm saying? The light is the source of life. When I went under the sun gazing, sun bathing, and I'm talking about, the morning light, the midday light, the UVB light. I'm talking about the infrared light, the red light, sun gazing upon it. And it's quoted in the Bible. This is the sun of the world, the light of the world. Everything that I wanted, I got it. No more back pain, no more inflammation. I slept better. I woke up with energy. My life was beautiful. It still is. So the sun has done a lot for me. No more back pain. I'm in the gym now. And listen, they got people that live on prana, right? They like energy. They don't need no food. They need sunlight, magnesium, and water. That's it. They probably have some tea somewhere. You know, look at the monks, right? So if you understand in that hierarchy, and if you apply it, you're going to see the benefits. Anybody that's listen to this doctor called Dr. Jack Cruz, and read a book called The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. You're going to see the biology between the sun and human being, and when you apply what it does for you. The sun is everything. Vitamin D is everything. And as a melanin man, if you're vitamin D deficient, I don't know what's wrong with you, because that vitamin D is your stronghold, it's your life force. And you get it from the sun. No more vitamin D deficiency. You know, your liver is going to work properly. If you have inflammation in your liver, that vitamin D is going to let the cholesterol build better liver for you, and you live properly. And your liver is your life force as well. So, listen, the sun is everything. And when I apply that to my life, magnificent changes. Magnificent.
Okay. So, Rev Kash, where can we get hold of you in terms of the people watching you right now? Where can they get hold of you and also get information from you? So,
first of all, let me throw a disclaimer. I'm not a reverend of the Bible, of the church. I'm the reverend of the human body. So I teach about history, about, historical things that we have forgotten that, cause our body to be in disease. And I teach esoteric and, allegories about the Bible that correlates to the human body. Because everything is about the human body, right? And it's all documented in the Bible. So if you follow my social media, I post about, a lot about nutrition, a lot about, allegories in the Bible, right? And what it means. So you can find me on Instagram, right? Rev_Kash, REV_KASH. I'm active on TikTok as well. REVE_KASH.
Rev Kash,
We give thanks.
we thank you,
Yes, sir,
for coming to this part, and it's been amazing because the snowstorm is still coming, and so
on Saturday, but
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, we hope to see you soon.